The Web of Wyrd is the matrix of all fates. Notice, I say, fates. As for this symbol itself, it is a more modern concept from the 1990s. It does not stem from the historical record. The concept that it portrays, however, reaches far back, deep into the ancient Germanic corpus. It is not incorrect to use as a focal point today, but we must ask ourselves if the Norse peoples would have even had such a linear understanding of time, where past, present, and future would have been such clear-cut concepts to begin with. We cannot prove that they did or did not. Perhaps they indeed did. We know that they did have a concept of cyclical time, but that and essentially all statements about Norse cosmology come from what is written in the Voluspa, and taking those descriptions verbatim. All other evidence is fragmentary, contradictory, and even quite mysterious. We also see a correlation here with the Web of Wyrd and the sacred geometries. Wyrd refers to more than an individual life, but also the universe, a vast spider's web or tapestry where everything is connected and analogically related, so that vast galaxies can resemble cell structures and the genome of living creatures, macrocosm and microcosm. While science remains fascinated by the structural and functional analysis, the Old Norse and Germanic world might say that it's the time and purpose that also matter. For the Nordic peoples, the Web of Wyrd was a daily reminder that their deeds did not only affect their daily lives, but also their futures as well. The interconnections were unending, the connections that all life and destiny have within the cosmos. In the middle of the cosmos stood the tree of life, Urdr, which tied together the 9 worlds of the Norse cosmology, and through this all things have an interconnection. 3 wells provide water for the tree, and with one of those wells, the well of Urdr, existed the 3 Norns who wove the Web of Wyrd throughout the cosmos, and not just for a single individual. The intricate weaving of time as past, present, and future become interconnected. The Web of Wyrd can be used as a reminder that the actions we take now can change our future, just as those of the past have affected our present lives. It can also serve to prompt us to consider how what we do now can influence other people, as well as all the parts of the complex matrix of the Web of Wyrd. We can see this scientifically demonstrated in the wave-particle duality in the physical reality of quantum physics. But let's break this down more simply. The Nordic belief is that we are our deeds. They are inextricably linked. What actions you have taken in the past determine what fate awaits you in the future. This is not a mystical predetermination at the whim of an omnipotent deity, but rather a system of cause and effect, determined by actions here on Midgard, the world we inhabit, mixed with some predetermined path or fate influenced by our past, family, lineage, and norns. Although our actions add color, weight, and strength to the thread of our lives, that thread continues to tie us back to our beginnings at birth. As we move through time, our thread is woven together with those of many others to form that great tapestry of Wyrd. The actions of our parents shaped our Wyrd long before we were born, as the actions of our parents' parents shaped theirs. Whatever we want our world to be, whatever we will ourselves to be, the past continues to exert its influence on the present. It is this power that is expressed in the idea that Wyrd represents the principle, power, or agency by which events are predetermined. This predetermination is not predestination, however. As we live our life and make constant large and small decisions about what actions to take, those actions slip into the past and affect our present. The thread of our Wyrd does not snap and separate from what has been spun in the past. But with enough effort on your part, it can take twists and turns that change its orientation in the tapestry. The weaving of the tapestry occurs when the deeds of others intertwine with your own. Our Wyrd crosses that of everyone with whom we come into contact: family, friends, classmates, or colleagues. Your deeds affect their Wyrd, and theirs affect yours. The more contact you have, the more actions you have taken together, the more closely intertwined your threads are in the fabric. This is not necessarily a matter of choice even. A person who chooses, for example, to lash out at you, say, in a store, or become violent because they had a traumatic day, events happen to them, or reaction, or perhaps even from mistreatment that they suffered from another individual and their Wyrd, can profoundly affect yours, regardless of your own will and desire. That original individual's Wyrd who created the mistreatment has now affected your Wyrd, and the Wyrd of all those who drove that individual to mistreat have also affected yours. Yet we are not the passive recipient of the Wyrd of others. We are not just the victim of powers beyond our control. As the deeds of those around you affect your Wyrd, your own actions in return affect theirs. The closer your relationship is with a person, the more impact you have on their life and their Wyrd. Your deeds also spiral out from you, intersecting and interweaving with the actions of others, affecting innumerable individuals whom you will never actually meet face to face. For example, you may view a horrific event on the news which happened to a total stranger across the globe that you never had any interactions with. Yet after viewing that news, it has created an effect on your attitudes and decisions for or towards personal safety or beliefs. You may alter a behavior, choose not to travel or to go to a place or an event to avoid a possible danger. We saw this in full swing during natural disasters, war, and even the pandemic. The media and governments, through specific narratives, can cause an individual to subconsciously alter their Wyrd. But there's a quote from the book The Wild Hunt that sums this up beautifully. Together, our individual threads make up one great human tapestry, and each of us has a responsibility to always strive for right action. Wyrd will weave us together. But I'll also add, it can weave us apart. Mind your Wyrd. Weave accordingly. Blessings from Realm of Runes.